Welcome. Before we start this amazing conversation about mastering YouTube real estate leads, there's so many ways to get real estate business. There's active way, there's passive way. The cool thing about social media and social platforms like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, it's that we can also generate business from those. Thank you guys for coming today. My name is Brian Murillo. I'm a local real estate agent like yourself here in South Florida. And I wanted to bring Sonia Lopez, who is part of the team at Elite Builders. She's been in the market or doing real estate for about 8 years. So she's a seasoned agent. She has sold a lot of real estate. I know that she does a lot of new construction, and she's an expert on YouTube. She gets a lot of business from YouTube. She has about 15,000 subscribers. It's very hard to get following and friends and whatever you want to call it in any social platform. From my experience, the most difficult platform to get following or some sort of subscribers, in this case, it's YouTube. Because YouTube works completely different than any other platform. The material has to be different and tailored for it. So the fact that you got more than 15,000 subscribers, that is not a low number in general, but also the fact that it's somebody that is in the real estate industry, which is a very specific niche. You're not in the entertainment industry, you're not in the music industry or anything like that.
I'm not dancing.
Right? Not yet. But the fact that you have that broad of an audience says a lot of what you're doing, and that's what we want to hear about it. So you've been doing real estate for about 8 years now. That following have made a lot of money through YouTube, and that's what we want to share. I'm aware that you were born and now you're here and something's happening in between. So Sonia, who's Sonia?
Who is Sonia? Sonia is a lot of people online because, my name is Sonia Lopez. So it's said that I'm from a lot of places. But originally, I am born and raised in Jamaica, if you want to go back that far. But the Lopez name is from my husband. So I married into that. I've been licensed for 8 years, which us as realtors know that how much value does that hold, being licensed for 8 years.
Yeah.
I've been fully practicing for 6 years. And I have been full-time where all of my income comes from real estate for the last almost 5 years, 4.5 years.
Amazing.
To be exact.
Amazing.
I started doing YouTube since I've been full-time real estate. Started out with a little misdirection in doing Facebook Lives, and then I realized YouTube was the direction to major in.
Got you. So you tried other platforms. When did you start your YouTube channel specifically?
I started content on there goes back probably about 4.5 years.
Okay, what type of content do you start putting out there?
When I started on Facebook Lives, which was a little misdirection, I was working with one of my brokers, and we sat down, we came up with a name, and we would do home tours live. Which, live, you don't control exactly all of what happens. You don't control who's going to walk in the video. You don't control who's going to walk up to you and say, who exactly are you and why are you here?
Literally being live, it forces you to be yourself, right? And it's scary because there's a lot of stuff, like to your point, that you don't control.
It was good training because I was also live driving to, I'd show more than one locations. And in between the locations, I'd be driving and I would still be live.
Yes. Gotcha.
Driving live, it sounds fun when you think about it on a TV show, but in reality, you know how even driving, talking on the phone goes out, signal goes out, you're breaking up, no one wants to, you lose half your video to your viewers.
And you have people connecting. You have people connecting the whole time.
I did have some people connecting. Some people were kind of into it. And so I was, driving live. I was talking to these people while you're driving. To us realtors, we go to a lot of places we're not familiar with because where these houses are is not where we live.
Yeah.
And so trying to find a house plus entertaining
Yes.
workers.
You become like a TV personality because to your point, it's not also trying to bring value content, but also keep people entertained as well. So you started basically I would say, with the most scary part of the social media. We're talking about the live. A lot of people are afraid to even get in front of the camera and record a piece of content to then put it out there, right? And you can practice and do it so many times, but with a live, you only get one shot.
And there's nothing like doing it, guys, because especially when you're starting out with a small viewing, it's better to just do it because, you're disappointing very little people, right?
Yeah. In your mind, right? In your mind, because that's
in your mind. It's very little people, and as your channel grow, you grow.
I want to move fast forward, right? Now you're 15,000 subscribers. How much money have you generated from YouTube until this date, or maybe the year that you generate the most? How much business? Let's talk numbers.
Okay. Usually agents pay for leads. Guess what? YouTube pays me to give me leads. I get a small amount from YouTube because I do attract viewers to their platform.
So that's what it's called monetizing. You're monetizing on YouTube.
Yes, I am monetized. YouTube does pay me monthly. I think my most successful year was 2022. I'm coming from a 9 to 5 before all of this. End of the year, however, with 179K.
Wow. You're telling me that from YouTube alone and all the content that you put out, real estate content that you put out, just in 2022, you generated about $172,000. Guys, wait. Let's repeat that. You're telling me that from YouTube alone and all the content that you put out, real estate content that you put out, just in 2022, you generated about $172,000.
Yes, and whenever we're starting anything new, because if you're watching on here and you're not a realtor, this also applies. Any new business, we always seek for friends and family for support. Our friends and family, they see the Brenda that were before, or the Chrissy or the David that, they see you, Brian, that they know, the nice, quiet guy.
Yeah.
They're not sure. I don't want to say 100% off that, but I want to say 100% of my closings were due to YouTube.
Wow.
Because even my sphere, people that I knew before, were convinced that I could find them a nice house because of what I was showing on YouTube.
That's amazing too. This is not only the business that you generate, but also the credibility that you get to build by the content that you're putting out.
Whether it's YouTube or any other social media that you master, you meet these people for the first time. You don't know them, but guess what? They know you. They know how you talk. They know how you walk, how you laugh. They literally feel like they know you. And if you call me, if you watch my YouTube and you call me or someone referred you to me to sell your house, I don't convince you to work with me. You've already made that decision when you dial that number. When I show up to your house, I'm not talking about how many years I've been in the business and that I sold your neighbor's house. I'm talking about looking around your house, your expectation for sales, how much you want to sell it for, what the market is saying you should sell it for, and let's sign this contract. We do it on...
You're no longer selling yourself. They already see the value. You're more talking about their specific case and what you came for, which is to help them in their specific situation. Now, a lot of people, they usually ask the question in situations like yours, and you mentioned your success, my success on social media, like they might see the journey. And typically the question that I get, and I'm sure that you get, it's like, how do you do it, right? But the better question is not how do you do it, it's how would you do it differently?
Yes.
From your experience and all the content that you put out there, there might be cases that you learn, and right now you're doing it more efficient, you're probably doing it better, and is generating more money with less time and effort. That's my question to you. You started this YouTube channel 4.5 years ago, which is amazing. It's a relatively very short period of time to get that amount of content, following, income from that source. How would you do it differently if you were to start tomorrow?
It was accidental in a way that I put out my first content. I had a client that was out of state. I recorded it. I didn't say their full name, and they didn't end up buying. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna post this. And I saw that people were viewing, and after that I started to do more YouTube videos. I've been called a fraud before.
Wow.
During the very, very beginning of pandemic, when houses were selling 4 or 5 days on the market. Actually, it was selling the first day on the market, but realtors would keep it on to see what other offers.
Yes, what other offers? Yes, that's what's happening.
And so by the time people see my content and call me, I'm like, well, the house sold, but there are similar houses in the area. And people would think I would do these videos just to draw people in. So I said to myself, how could I do a video of a house and the house is available for 10 years? And I could sell that house, same house.
Yes.
I could sell that same house. 3 different people. Brian could come in, sell it to 10 other people, and guess what? It's still available.
Wow. So let me see if I understand. By you making that analysis, you're referring to new construction. Because if you put all that energy in a listing, just a random listings that you get is the only one that you have. And if it's a very nice listing, it will get sold pretty fast. And then you have all this effort and the content that you made yourself, either recording, editing, whatever it is, even if you pay somebody else, all this money, energy, and effort to then only get the buyer that you wanted for the transaction. But the fact that you're not able to leverage and get more clients because it's only one property, with new construction, they're gonna keep building. If it's a community big enough, you know that there's more. You're displaying and making the content for one property, but you know that there's more that you can sell after. Is that what you're referring about?
Yes.
That's powerful. That's very powerful.
And you asked me what I would do different. I think I made a lot of good decisions. I started out, I'm a very shy person, you can't tell. But I'm that person on my personal life when I'm at the supermarket. I would rather not talk to anyone. So I started out very shy. I would put the camera with a nice background, and I would say, hey guys, this is Sonia Lopez. I'm in blah, blah, blah. And I wouldn't talk throughout the rest of the video. You just hear music until I get to the end. I would set the camera somewhere else again. And then I would say, hey, hope you like the house. Call me.
Yes. I mean, no.
I'm interactive throughout.
Guys, for those of you that haven't followed or seen her content, you guys can follow her, look her content on YouTube, Sonja Lopez. What Sonja does, most of her content, correct me if I'm wrong, is walkthrough videos. It's just displaying a property. She's not necessarily trying to come up with a specific content like I see other agents. Like, what? That's one of the first questions when I push an agent to social media. It's like, what should I post? They want to come up with something different, right? But it's like not rocket science. Just by doing walkthrough videos.
It's good to be the first person to say that you invented something. Find someone that's doing it great. You do it the same level or better. Or you don't come to the party. Even in the world out there, if you want to do fast food and you want to do it major, you want to look at McDonald's, you want to look at Burger King, and you want to say, you know what, I could do this, but guess what? I could provide fresher meat. I can make it mandatory. If they order a meal, instead of fries, they get salad. You don't have to do it like me.
Yeah.
So I had a video that went viral. I got over 3 million views.
Wow.
You can just imagine the anxiety of my phone. Literally anxiety. I had panic attacks.
So you're talking about receiving calls and leads.
Yes, receiving leads. I got to the stage where I had a platform and I wasn't prepared with my system on how to handle the calls coming in.
What is the video about?
It was a house tour, but either way, the market changed substantially in South Florida during the pandemic. Even if you were to think beginning of pandemic to end of pandemic, it could be a difference of $200,000 or $150,000. I had clients calling me about this house, but the price range was different. And so I had some difficulties there maneuvering the client's price range expectations. The mistake that I made was deleting the video.
The video with the 3 million views.
Yes. So when I deleted that video, it slowed down my views substantially. This is why. YouTube didn't understand why I had so many subscribers and why I had so many views if this major video was no longer there. It didn't see it anymore.
Makes sense.
So if YouTube sees that you're doing well, people are interested in your views. Have you ever go on YouTube and you see the recommendations? That's how they recommend people to you based on that person's performance and what you've been viewing. You've been looking at house tours. YouTube knows you want to see house tours. And so obviously my videos would come up in your recommendation for sure if I have a 3 million view video.
Of course, yeah, you have the credibility, you have the portfolio that back that up.
Well, I no longer had that credibility.
Crazy that you say that, especially because you wanted to take it off the market, right? Like we do with props, but it's like you don't want to delete the listing. You wanted to keep it there. It's just change the status to
private, so you would be the only one to see it, and YouTube will know it's there.
That's powerful what you just said, because sometimes we may have the best content ever, best editing and everything, but if you don't understand the platform and how the algorithm works, you make those mistakes.
And there's so much I don't understand. I had a YouTube guru told me that that's what happened.
Wow.
And so right now, you're going to be subscribing and you're going to say, oh, Sonia is not consistent. My recommendation to you, when you just start out on YouTube, you have to be consistent. You have to at least post 3 long form videos, which is videos over 8 minutes, 3 per week. And then you could put a lot of shorts. I was doing well in the time before shorts was a thing.
Yeah.
And, but it's good to do that. It brings you subscribers.
Yes.
Do that.
So
you want to mix it in, but form, even though it's not popular, it is very important that when they subscribe, you're giving them good content. It doesn't have to be house tours. You could be doing, I have a list here, market updates. You could be doing your daily routine. You could do workout if you're into working out. Brian, you're into working out.
Yes.
You could say workout with my favorite realtor.
Yeah.
To teach them your moves.
That's good.
I even have a video on there that didn't get a lot of views that, how I won a listing by doing push-ups.
Yeah, because you get to a point also that you're testing the waters too by putting multiple type of content. So what you're giving out there is, guys, from experience, you're sharing, I would say, like a basic way to start for us realtors. You're recommending 3 videos if you're going to take this serious. Like anything else, I tell agents, how do I get business? Well, there's so many ways. You probably know most of them. You just gotta pick 1 or 2 of those sources and just explode it and be consistent. In my case, I built my business out of open houses. It wasn't until I made the decision to do 72 open houses in an entire year, right? You cannot expect to be successful in real estate if you do 1, 2, 3, 4 open houses, right? You have to, whatever you pick, cold calling. If you're gonna be intentional with social media, specifically on YouTube, what Sonja is saying is you can follow this basic schedule. At least 3 videos per week, 8 minutes or longer. I heard that the longer the better, right? But 8 minutes at least. And all you gotta do, guys, is follow, walkthrough videos. Most of her contents are walkthrough videos. Go to her page, and literally you can model and duplicate what she's doing. Go to the most viewed. You can do that with her or anybody else, and duplicate exactly what she did. It's like, okay, she did it in this order. I'm gonna do the same thing, maybe in another property. So the formula is already there.
One other thing I want to suggest too, you might see a lot of people that get a lot of views, but they're not successful. I don't know about other people, but honestly, me personally, if I was gonna hire a realtor to find a house for me, it wouldn't necessarily be a good dancer. So, you know, if you are a realtor and you are, I'm not saying you can't dance at all.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's not, I don't think that's a criteria that people are looking for in a realtor. Or else you might think you're selling a house, but they're shopping for something else.
Yes.
You know, so you have to make sure that you come across as a professional.
That makes sense.
You don't necessarily have to do this because we all have different personalities. But I come across intentionally very genuine.
That's powerful.
So I've had builders reach out to me regarding content.
Really? What did they say?
Well, sometimes when they reach out to you, it's not necessarily a good thing.
It's kind of like probably complaining about something that you're mentioning there that is not.
Yeah, I've had to, you know, different builders in different areas have different problems. And some, you know, their content, if you were to type in a builder's name on YouTube and find their page, they don't get a lot of views. This is something I know because I've done that.
Yes.
I've checked. But my content, I no longer mention the builder's name on a regular basis.
So they don't. So there's no way for them to look you up and then start like criticizing or being specific.
Intentionally find me.
Makes sense.
But I've had a builder that I've done multiple videos for, mentioned their name, never had a problem. However, I had a video where I was on a golf cart with one of their sales agents. We were driving around, you know me, videotaping.
Yeah.
And we were talking to the client. I only said the client's first name, so it wasn't releasing public information. And I posted it. And they reached out to him. They said, well, she can't have this video up with you in it. And who is this Patrick person?
God.
This is the client.
Wow.
Who you were talking to.
And it's something to consider because that's
my client Patrick was in Pennsylvania, and he was purchasing without seeing it. He saw the house for the first time after it was complete. So, you know, that's the power of video. And
that's
we
crazy.
had to take down the video. And then I have, you know, some builders that say the sales agent has to be present. In some cases, if I'm touring a house that's not a model house.
Yeah.
And so it's a house that's owned by the builder because it's not sold to the buyer until it's completed.
Makes sense.
So they want to make sure someone from their office is present.
It's present. You know, makes sense. And those are the little things that you get to learn only with experience. And like to your point, every builder is different. It's not just because this builder has their own policy, you're gonna assume that every builder has their own. At the end, the way that I see it and what it looks like based on what you're saying, builders are builders. They're not necessarily marketers or social media experts. So that's the beauty of it. You're selling something that they're doing super nice, new construction homes, right? They might be super experienced and seasoned.
Bringing people to them.
And bringing people to them. So most of them, they actually overall appreciate. They just want to, I would say that one of the reasons why they're reaching out with these rules is because they want to be sure that they're not liable for specific stuff. It makes total sense. Now, I have a bunch of questions, guys, but I want to open up to everybody here. If you guys want to open your mics, feel free to jump in and ask your questions to Sonia. If you don't want to do that, you can drop it in the chat. Any questions from Sonia? You guys heard all she does, or most of what their content that she posts, is walkthrough videos for new constructions, and she gets to sell the same property multiple times. That's beautiful. You don't do that with traditional sellers and occupy owners, right? So she find a niche where she got to make 1 year only, most of the income only from YouTube, $172,000. That's significant money, right? So any questions? Feel free to jump in, open your mics, or drop it in the chat. Any questions so far?
I'm very open. You could ask me anything. I'll answer very truthfully, because I do believe that I can't sell all the houses in South Florida, so you're not my competitor.
Yeah, there you go. So if you have any questions, feel free to jump in. Let me see. Hello, Brian and Sonja. Okay, some people are dropping in the chat. What type of short videos do you recommend, and how many times weekly should you post? Kevin asked that. What would you say?
So per week, for the long form videos, at least 3. When I have slowed down my business intentionally end of last year and this year, because I'm also a mother of 2 bouncing boys and a wife. And so, I have to be more present. So my content right now is lacking, is breaking these rules that I'm telling you. But I want to give you advice on when you start, you have to be consistent for at least 6 months. Show YouTube that you are consistent, that this is what you do.
Yeah.
And so 3 long form videos per week. And for the short form, I don't really know what to tell you, because when I was booming, there wasn't such a thing.
Yes.
There wasn't shorts. Shorts didn't exist yet. But I would think at least 3. Now, guys, shorts is not going to be giving detailed information. It's less than 1 minute.
That's good.
So I want you to know that for when you have new subscribers, they might have not seen what you posted last month.
Yeah.
I want you to know that if you posted something saying that the market interest rate is this, then you could post it for at least 2 weeks. I'm sure it's going to be close to accurate. So you could post it this week, and you could post it next week. So you schedule that in YouTube. So, that knocks out 1 less you have to do next week.
That's amazing.
And if you're talking about South Florida, things that you could do in South Florida, that's always going to be relevant. So guess what? You could post that once a month for, give people a break from it, maybe like once every other month. And guess what? Do you think that if you could swim at beaches and shop in West Palm Beach, do you think that will still be relevant in 3 years? Yes.
Yeah,
You can
exactly.
schedule it so wherever you have your content, if you're overloading, you could just put them all on YouTube. I have stuff scheduled out to 2027.
Yes, that's so good what you just said there. You don't have to be specific. There is content that it's kind of like Christmas songs, right? It's what's her name? The Christmas song. I forgot her name now. Mariah Carey. Yes, every year, right? The same song. It's like the same season, right? It gets repeated.
And that's what you want to hear.
So treat social media, or not everything, you can do specific content, right? But treat social media like that as well. You want to create content that can stay out there for years and years and still be valuable and reliable. So no difference than that. It's kind of like thinking like an artist and royalties. So you can make it neutral and valuable. If you talk about Fort Lauderdale, 10 years from now, it's when you might see like a big change, but the essence of the city is the same, right? So that's so powerful and true. Also, Kevin mentioned to use the same video to do social platforms. Yes, in the case of shorts, I know that you mentioned, Sonia, that shorts wasn't a big thing when you started YouTube, but in my case, when I do short, and this is why I was so excited about jumping in, because I'm slacking with my long form on YouTube. I'm big on shorts. And that's why, I don't have that many subscribers. I think I have like 360, and I started like a little less than a year ago, right? But I noticed it's because most of my efforts on YouTube is shorts, because that's what I'm doing. I'm focusing a lot on the other platforms, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, and I'm doing a lot of shorts. So to answer Kevin's question, I do think that if you already have the shorts, yes, post it in all platforms. They all have different algorithms, and you also have different audience in all of them. So if you already have the shorts, yes, the answer will be posted in all platforms. I made a video that went viral. I posted in all platforms. It did well in all platforms, but on Facebook, for some reason, went viral, and it got like 3 million views, and that gave me like 500, 600 followers on Facebook. This same video, the same time. So that's why you want to, if you already have the content, post it on all platforms. So Christy also asked, what systems do you have in place for the leads that come in? That's a good question.
So I have now nothing. I have where in the description of my video, where I would send people to my website, which is askyourfloridarealtor.com. Once they go on there to contact me, it will send to my CRM their information.
So everything is sync, and it goes automatically, right?
It goes automatically.
Amazing.
Once you fill that form out and it syncs your information in my CRM, they send you a message right away. And guess what? I'm a video person. So guess what's in the video, in the email? See from me. A bomb video saying, hey, checking out my stuff. I'm kidding. It doesn't say it like that. But it says it very professional. Thank you so much. I see that you love my content and you might be thinking about purchasing a home or something. I don't remember what it says.
Love that.
But it makes it feel very personal. You're meeting me again. And guess what? I care about you to respond right away.
That's awesome.
And I'm approachable. I reach out to you right away. And I like my videos to sound like that I send to my clients. I want them to feel like I'm talking to them directly. If you were to get a video if we were to do a tour, I send you a video right away. It's a bomb video. And guess what? It's not just for that one client.
Yes.
I love them all. But it says, man, I hope I didn't have you walk too much today. We saw a lot of stuff. And I know you're tired, but tonight, while you're sitting down watching TV, I want you to talk about everything while it's fresh. Because tomorrow we will be talking again about putting in an offer and the next steps to proceed.
Amazing. Love that. Look how
I didn't say their name.
Yes.
It applies to every one of my shows.
You didn't say their name. You didn't say the time. You didn't say the date. When you do neutral content like that, you can reuse it for anything you want. So be mindful of that. No names, specific. You can make it still feel personable with your excitement and the way that you approach it. You can say you, like I'm talking to you, right? But I'm not saying that it's you, Sonia, you Brenda, you Carla, you Kevin, right? So that's what you want to do with those follow-up systems. There's so many ways to. And to continue answering the question for Christy, there's so many ways now with technology that allows you to automate that. CRMs, whatever CRM you use, you most likely have some sort of what is it called? It has a name, I forgot now. What allows you to sync all these systems too. You have calendar links that you can post there that they can literally make an appointment with you if they want to hear more about the property, or if they want a consultation with you. That's doable too. Bomb videos too.
And guys, I just want to let you know too, if your CRM doesn't do that, if you have one that's probably inexpensive, it's okay. you could still do all of these things. It just means that you have to be a little bit manual.
Yes.
I was manual, not necessarily because I didn't have the money, but I'm a very frugal person.
Yeah, that's so good. It's true.
But I was manual before all of my system did this automatically. I had a YouTube video that I had. So there's different options. There's 3 options when you post a video. It could be private, it could be by link, or it could be public.
That's
that
powerful.
by link option is only for people that you send that link to. So you could have a video saying, if you say, for example, you do cold calling, which is highly recommended for agents.
Yeah.
And say whatever sphere you call. People like to put a face and an energy to it. And, us as women, we don't always want to be on a video call because, your hair might not be, my makeup.
Yes.
My kids might be noisy right now.
Yes.
So I want to follow up, but I don't want to call them because I'm noisy in my background. Guess what you could do better than a call? You could do a video. You could say, hey, this is Sonia Lopez. I missed your call yesterday. I know you might have been busy, but I just want to follow up with you. The information that I want to give you is very important, and it could save you money even though your last listing expired. I have the key to getting it sold this time.
Amazing.
And so let me give you this information. Give me a call. You've been on my mind, and I wouldn't do this video unless I'm absolutely positive that I can help you. And I'm
That's awesome.
For you.
That's amazing.
And who are you talking to? You're talking to you, so that applies to everyone.
Everybody. Love that so much.
And that, and you can have different versions of it. You could have an urgent or a less urgent one. And you can have a one for, I'm glad that we spoke yesterday, but it is urgent that we move very quickly with this. We're moving into a season where people are going to be shopping for homes, and I want to get your house ready and on the market right away. So let's not rush. The next call or communication we have, I would like all decision makers to be present this time. And I look forward to getting this sold for the right price for you or something. I don't know.
Love that.
But
That's powerful.
I'm very non-scripted.
Yes.
And even when I'm scripted, I try to sound non-scripted because I don't want to sound like those other sales agents. I was telling Brian the other day that it's good to come across approachable, even though you're professional. Because in YouTube videos, I have clients that will send me other agents' videos. And
Hear that, guys. Hear that.
They would say, hey, Sonia, I like this house. I want to buy it. And it's so unfortunate. They made the effort to make that video. However, I'm going to sell it.
Yes.
And don't be disappointed too. I'm sure that more than 50% of the people that watch my content, they don't buy with me. They show up at these places by themselves. They ask me in the comment, where is this located? Listen, I'm not Google.
That's so powerful.
Tell you the house.
And what you just said, which people get every time that I have the conversation with agents about social media, they get into like everything. They start asking the questions, what equipment do you need and all that. And look how yourself, you're telling me that but you're not even doing it like that, so professional on the creation of the content and also on the editing. It makes you more reliable and people actually want to work with you. Look how they send you other people content that might be maybe more professionally edited, but they want to work with you because they notice that you're more organic, like you're a real person, you're approachable. So that is powerful.
Be more consistent. If you think you need a videographer for all of this, unfortunately, you cannot be consistent. Not a maybe. you cannot be consistent, because that money is going to start adding up for that videographer. It's going to become inconvenient when your schedule change and the videographer can't make it that time.
Yes.
When they're delayed, or when something is happening on property, you make excuses. The more things you have,
yes.
Because I used to, at some period in my venture, I used to have a camera. I don't use a camera anymore.
Listen to that, guys. You use, what do you use?
my iPhone. Right now, I am on my laptop doing this. My laptop is, I'm very simple. It's on a pile of books.
Yeah.
On my dining table.
Yes, that's.
Let me show you. Listen,
that's so powerful.
Listen, you see that? It's a pile of books. I have it standing. That. And then I have my iPhone on the other side, just so that it can be very simple.
Yes, and it's crazy how you went from having an actual camera to go back to your phone.
I stopped using the camera because with the camera, the content, I have to plug it into a computer, and I have to sit in front of whatever and edit it and whatever. But guess what? When my content is on my phone, if I'm at a doctor's appointment, I could edit and post. If I'm waiting for a client that's late, I could record this lovely pool here, and I could put it on social media right away.
Yes.
I could be driving, I could get lost with my navigation and drive by a really nice house and say, let me just videotape this driving by and post South Florida real estate.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a listing. It doesn't have to be a house for sale.
So
people want to see everything.
So you're answering also David's question, because he asked, do you do your own editing? And the answer is yes. Like, you don't have a videographer with you. You record yourself, either literally selfie style like this, or you bring like a selfie stick or something that you can put the camera on whenever you need to display it. That's all you need, right? For yourself, same phone. Your cell phone, guys, a lot of times have even better cameras than actual cameras. And the cameras, they don't do the editing. The other day I was doing a favor to my mother-in-law, and I went with her and I took, she has like an event planning company, and I went and she decorated for a wedding, beautiful. And I took my camera and I took some shots. But guess what? I still had to send, you know what I did? I sent the pictures to my cell phone. I ended up there editing the pictures here. The professional pictures were taken by a camera. It came out beautiful. But finally, to give brightness and stuff, I did everything through my phone. So you can take the pictures, you can edit the pictures, you can upload the videos in this only device. So you don't have excuses. And I recommend to start that way. Like, forget about equipment, to your point, and that's been my experience too. You don't adding more equipment and editing and stuff. It's adding more layers. When you get to a point, depending on what your goal is, yes, it might be helpful, but to start and building the actual audience and attention that you have, you need absolutely nothing else other than this.
You already have everything you need. You already have everything you need. And also, one thing I want to say very quickly on, it could take an hour or it could take 5 seconds. I'm going to try to do it quickly.
Yeah.
We're worried. A lot of people discourage us from social media because the comments could be harsh. The comments could be harsh and they could be lovely. I was touring a house in Boca Raton, and it's very hard to hold the camera, walk. I'm very careful when I'm doing videos. A lot of people that do videos, it doesn't seem professional because you're seeing mostly the wall or the floor or the thing twisted. I sacrifice myself when I'm doing these videos. If I'm walking down a step, for me to see the step, I have to see it through the camera. I only look through the camera. It's very hard to do. So even though it seems simple, it's very hard.
Yeah.
So I only look through the camera. If you look at your videographer the next time you're around one, they look through the camera because you want to see what the people are seeing. So if you're going to do this yourself, the phone camera is your eye.
Yeah.
So girls, no heels, you will die.
That's there you go.
So look through the camera. You know, people will make comments. And I had someone that said that because I was saying you know, I don't know, we're walking into the living room. I don't know why I said that, but I'm doing a lot of things at the same time. I'm the camera person, I'm balancing.
Yes.
I'm trying to entertain you. Listen, if I say and you decide not to buy the house because I say then you're not.
Yeah, you're not the client for you. So if you wait to hear this out, if you waited to be perfect to do it, you waited too long. You waited too long. That's the pure answer. Like I have a podcast. I've already shoot like 12 episodes. I have moments and I record in this tiki in my backyard, right? It comes with it's beautiful, it plays beautiful. That's why I did it here, decided to do it here. I had 3 cameras when I record.
Yes.
But I had situations where the mics didn't connect. I recorded a full episode and the sound didn't connect. Breeze literally turn one of the camera down. I've had so many different things that happen throughout it. And then you just adjust. The sun, it gets to a time during the day that the sun hits directly to us, makes us sweat and bother. So I had to buy a fan. I had to put some umbrellas in the corner so we get some like all of that. And you just adjust as it goes, but you have to start.
And you won't learn but through experience. I started out with a mic too. I would travel very far to look at a listing and come home and my hair was rubbing on the camera, so all you're hearing is
Yes. That's why I'm recording this, and that's why I was like, I don't want to put it here. I have some chains. He was gonna look how I'm thinking,
you never know
but experience.
So guess what?
I'm holding the mic,
I don't use
right? But I don't. I was like, I know that it's gonna make a sound there, but that only with experience, guys.
Yes.
I had to do it once and then record the content, put it in my computer to then realize that my change was, having a sound. So that's why I decided to hold the mic with me. Like Sonja, like I'm recording this, and I have 2 professional cameras. I don't know if you can see it there, right? I'm recording this. I have a video editor, but guys, that is now after almost a year that I've been intentional with social media. I started with my phone. I downloaded an app. I think Kevin was asking, what app do you recommend? I don't know if you, Sonja, have a specific app. The app that I was using in my case was one called Captions, and to put the captions, and now it even have integrations with AI, which if you're talking about an elephant, it literally can put an elephant image, like all of that. These apps, $10 subscription apps, can do all of that. There's so many. There's Cots. I don't know if you have any other.
I told you I tend to be very frugal. So when I just started, for my first 2 years on YouTube, I used a free app on my iPhone called iMovie.
There you go.
It does a lot of things. Some of these apps, we don't know half of what they do. I started using Caption because of Brian posted that he used Caption.
Yes.
And I saw that Caption could do noise elimination.
Yes. Now with technology, when I started using Caption, all the app did was literally captions. Just come up hear you talking, and then just put the captions, and you could play with the caption colors, backgrounds, and stuff, and sizes. And now they have so many integrations that it has AI. What you just said even comes with a teleprompter. Like a lot of apps with a $10 subscription, you can do so much editing.
Yeah. Now I use for my editing, I use an app called InShot. Yes, I use InShot. It does a little bit more than iMovie did for me before. So I use InShot, and if I want caption in motion without typing it out, if you're okay with typing it out, then you could use InShot to do everything. If you want it in motion, then you could use caption, as Brian is saying. So I wanted to say about that, that comment that a person said about you can't sell $1 million property and say the. I was going to respond because I love all comments. The comments shows the platform that your audience is interactive. So whether it's a good or a bad comment, it is, some are worth deleting, but some are okay to stay. So I was going to respond to the person. By the time I saw the comment, respond saying, taking notes, thank you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, simple as that.
But would you know that my YouTube followers attacked her so bad?
That's crazy. You have an army of people already.
20-something comments of people telling her to, if you don't like it, go
subscribe and stuff. That's amazing.
So I had to leave that.
That's awesome.
And then I had, for example, you're going to get comments.
Yes.
It's just that people say it in front of you. Use it to your benefits. Because let me tell you something. Even though it's bad comments, a lot of times it's true, guys.
Yeah.
It's true, and we could learn from these negative comments.
Yes, because that's so powerful, Sonia. That's so powerful.
And, people don't feel free to say this. This is the same thing that they whispered to their friend in person.
Make fun of. Instead of making fun of you, yes, that's so powerful.
I had recently, I think last month, someone commented on one of my TikTok videos and said my hair looked dusty. Girls, it was not my best hair day. It was a bad comment. I decided to leave it. There's some that I do delete, but most of them I do leave. And, my hair was not looking the best. And you need a girl to tell you that, Sonia, let's not do this anymore.
Yes.
You're making enough money to come on camera looking right. And,
it's true, Mom, but it's true. Like, it's the way that you take
Sonia, it's not acceptable, Sonia. This is what she said. And she might have not said it in the
best way. Yeah.
But she is saying, it's that parent saying, so, did you leave the house like this? That's what that was.
Yeah.
So, a negative comment doesn't, get over it. Get over it.
That's so good.
They commented. We're very happy that they comment. More people want to comment about my hair. Go on. Comment about my hair. I'll get more viewers and people will share. Did you see that realtor?
Aaron Novello or coach says all the time, if you get half of the country to hate you, you can become president of the United States. And it's so true.
Oh my God.
It is so true. Sonia, I'm noticing our time. I know that there's a couple more questions there. I have a lot of questions to ask you too, but let's finish and wrap it up with these last ones real quick. Jerry says, define long form.
Long form. Okay, so YouTube says there's two different kinds of long form, and I'm gonna tell you why. So you want it to be, I think, 7 minutes and something. I'm gonna say 8 minutes to be sure. And then you want content over 15 minutes. The reason why they say this is how they break up ads. You might not have ads right away, but how they place the ads in those videos. These videos, YouTube is getting paid to advertise for vendors. They put an ad in the beginning. They want to put one in the middle and one at the end. It has to be at least 8 minutes long for them to put one in the middle. So I based it off when we all come to the table, everyone has to benefit. So we want YouTube to benefit so that they can benefit.
Yes,
us too.
100%.
All right? So that's basically without the extra detail.
That's amazing.
8 minutes or over 15 minutes. The same reason for the over 15 minutes. And if you have an hour, you know, if you're doing push-ups with a lot of muscles and, you know, sweaty, that's, you know, I might watch it.
Yeah, right. Who knows, right? So Kevin asks, what ideas, suggestions you recommend for short-term videos? Kevin, if you want to reach out to me, you can have there's so many ways. It comes down to what is your goal with social media. AI, guys, AI can help you with so many ideas. It's about ChatGPT. You can ask ChatGPT depending on what is your goal, what do you do for a living. Obviously, we're real estate agents, guys. Like if you ask ChatGPT, give me ideas, some content for short terms. I'm a real estate agent in South Florida. This and that. Literally can create a whole list of content to what you want. Another option is replicating whatever works. You can see other agents that have gone viral. You can replicate the same content with yourself. Nothing. Most likely, those agents replicated from somebody else. That's what a lot of people are doing nowadays. So there's so many ways to get idea for short term. I would say, just start with something, and I can guarantee you that you can find the way. So, last question here. For you, Sonia, and recording videos. Christy says, I'm recording videos now for YouTube. It's been recommended to me to have a minimum of 10 videos to upload to start. What are your thoughts or recommendations?
In the beginning, it's good to give you a head start like that, to have a bunch of videos that you have scheduled out. Those 10 videos that you have schedule it now. Upload it and put a date so that it puts some fire under your feet.
Amazing.
On starting. Just do it. Just do it.
Just do
it. So guys, to avoid disappointment, let me help you right now. For the first 6 months of consistency, I want you to expect an income of $0.
Yep.
Okay? First 6 months, you're just establishing yourself, putting yourself out there. For the first year, you'll start to get a lot of, comments and whatever. And guys, what's important in real estate is not necessarily what we put on here. As realtors, we know a lot of we see clients from time to time, what they need to know. But guess what? Clients don't want to know what they need to know. So if what you're putting on these videos is what clients need to know,
that's so powerful.
They don't want to know that.
Yes.
So they will not watch you.
That's so powerful.
So in my videos, I'm showing houses. Most of these people watching these houses, they can't afford it. And the ones that can afford it, they want to know the price.
Yes.
They want to know the HOA. They want to know, I don't know.
And visually, that's so powerful what you just said, Sonja. You're basically saying when it comes to posting content for your audience, which is possible buyers and sellers, you gotta think and put yourself in their position. Clients, I'm quoting you here, they want to know what they want to know, what they need to know. That is so powerful. What basically Sonja is saying, don't make a video on the details of a contract. It's gonna get boring, and they don't want to know that, because that's what they're paying you for or hiring you for, right? They want to see the house. That's what they want to see.
Or you could give a little bit of that to make it seem complicated.
Or give you credibility that you know about that.
Read a statement in the contract that they definitely won't understand. Guys, for this statement, blah, 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 read it exactly. This is why I'm here to represent you, so that you don't get in legal problems doing this yourself for this statement.
Yes.
Now, in that video, no one knows what the statement means.
Yeah, right.
Even me. I read it in the contract all the time. I probably don't know what it means. But guess what? They're going to be like, oh man, let me call him because I definitely don't want to get into legal problems that's going to cost me money.
Yeah.
So he seems to be very genuine. Let me reach out to him.
That's
when
amazing.
You're doing house tours, I talk bad about minor things. I do it intentionally because I want the clients to comment and I want them to think, I don't work for these builders, I work for you. I'm trying to get you the best
so
thing.
powerful. That is so powerful.
When I walk through the house, every layout is different. Some people like open concept. Listen, some people like not open concept. I've had clients that buy a house because the kitchen was closed in.
Yeah.
And it's more expensive than the open modern ones.
Yeah.
Like, make it make sense. But comment about things that don't matter, like the chandelier or the art on the wall. Let people see a little bit of your personality.
Yes.
Let them, I've commented about chandelier and said it looks like, if you're into bondage, then maybe this will be your chandelier, right?
That's amazing.
No problem saying that. You could switch out the chandelier. It make the person laughed on the other side.
Yes. And to your point, I do that with showings too when working with buyers. If you point out everything good of the property, you're gonna come across like a sell scene. Everybody wants to buy, nobody wanna be sold, right? So
yes.
you want, by showing also the details that might not be good, you're also putting yourself in their shoes, especially with the noticeable. If there's a cockroach in the corner, like you're not gonna
you don't want to point that out.
Yeah, it's like, but there's stuff, minor details that you want to point out so you can. It's like the obvious that it's like I'm in your side. Okay, that's so good, Sonia. I got so much.
My last video, I don't do videos that often because right now I'm slowing down. But I think it was one of my last videos. I was in the backyard. And I was explaining to people that when you get these new construction, they're required to put 3 trees on the properties. This is true. You won't have a lot of privacy from your neighbors. You could fence, but you could have some trees growing. I was like, these certain type of shrubs grow fast.
Yeah.
And if you're the type of person that wants your neighbor to watch you in your pool, then you could put no shrubs, right?
Yes.
Just invite them over, and so you could put whatever personality. However, you don't want to be inappropriate because you are a professional.
That's so powerful. So powerful.
So you want to keep that at hand, the words you say, and make sure that you're not, we're not discriminating. Speaking of discrimination. On this video, I could say it. I don't always say it, but we don't have a lot of people here. This is how YouTube helps me. We live in a world where even though sometimes we try to fix it, we have to accept that this is how it is. It's gonna be like that till forever. But we, as whoever we are, we strive to win. We can only help from a winning perspective. But if you're losing, you're just a complainer. So YouTube helps me because these clients get to meet me.
Yes.
If you don't like doing business with women, guess what? I'm not calling you, so you can't hang up the phone on me. But guess what? You don't have to call me to sell your house because you already saw in the video that I'm a woman. And if you don't like women with the certain shade of tan that I have, then I eliminated that right away. I deal with less of that.
Yes.
I've had an agent in my area that showed up to the listing, and because of his outward complexion and whatever it is, he was spat on. He was spat on. I'm trying to say it the nicest way possible.
Wow.
Now, with my YouTube video, before you called me, you know my kind.
Yeah.
So guess what? I don't deal with that. These people meet me before.
Yes. 100%.
I eliminated all of that.
100%.
6 leads that you paid for, where some of them might not like your voice, might not like your accent,
Your accent.
tone. You just paid for leads that you cannot use.
Yes.
But with these YouTube leads,
Yes, that's so good. That's
they
so
know
good.
your accent.
And what you're doing, I was gonna compare it literally to Silo and any other site that sell you leads. You created your own Silo where literally people reach out to you, and YouTube still pay you for that. Like you said, it's just monetizing. That's so powerful too. Every time that you expose yourself to video content, you're gonna be exposed to a lot of criticism, a lot of like discrimination of all kind. Because people always gonna try to find a way to reflect on themselves too, and there's a lot of hate unfortunately out there. So you gotta be aware of that and understand, unfortunately. But like you said, when you have moments like that where somebody commented, put that negative comment in one of your videos, and you had 20 other people, that's reconfirmation that there you also have an audience that follow you because of who you are. So that's what you have to take in consideration. And sometimes we focus by nature on that one bad comment, when in reality there's 20 others thinking the opposite, and that's what we need to focus in on. Sonia, this was so powerful. Thank you so much for the time. If anybody wants to reach out to Sonia, she's on YouTube and all the social platforms. But you two guys, get some ideas. Get some ideas from her. Watch her content, because we're talking about somebody that started this YouTube channel less than 5 years ago by herself, doing her own recording, her own editing until this day, and have sold a lot of real estate, right? So I want you guys to follow and also model what she does. I hope that this was valuable. Now we just finished. David asked, will this be this recording later? Yes. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna edit these, and we're gonna be posting it in my YouTube channel and her YouTube channel. So go follow those YouTube channels so you can get a recording of these, and feel free to share with anybody else that you want.